How long is it going to take you before you decide whether you're going to fully follow the Lord or not? Are you going to wait a few days, a few weeks, a few years? Are you going to sow your wild oats first? I want to remind you that the Bible was written specifically for those in the last days. How is that, you say? Well, if you notice, much of the New Testament is devoted to the second coming, is devoted to the last days. Well, why is that? Why would it be written specifically for the last days? Well, here's the deal. In the age of the patriarchs, Abraham and before really Moses and before, it was communicated orally. People had much better memories. Their constitutions were more sound because they were closer to the tree of life in the Garden of Eden. In years, that is. Their bodies and minds have not degenerated to the point that they have at this current hour. The Jewish era, during that time, many people just memorized the Torah or memorized Deuteronomy, called the second law, and they put it to song. The Psalms were also songs. And it wasn't until the 3rd century BC that copies of the Old Testament started being made. It was just kept in the sanctuary for the most part. If you read the story of Josiah, they were shocked because they found the book of the law in the sanctuary. That shows how rare it was. So the Torah was all that existed for a while, and the prophets didn't start putting their stuff out until the latter era of the era of Judah, the Judean kingdom. You find Hosea and Joel and Amos. You find Isaiah, Jeremiah, Ezekiel. You find at the beginning of their writings when they ministered, and it's usually in the latter era, usually the earliest king that you can find of when a prophet wrote their message was in the days of Hezekiah. I think one or two of them says Uzziah, but most of them were towards the end as Judea is falling apart. So those writings weren't available till the very end. Kings, 1st and 2nd Kings was written by Jeremiah. 1st and 2nd Chronicles was written by Ezra. That's after the Babylonian captivity. So these things weren't made available till later. And it wasn't until the printing press that none other than just rich people and monks could afford it. Until that point, only monks and very wealthy people had them available. But even then, it was not available to the scale that is available now, where we have the Old and New Testaments bound together. I'm telling you, it was written specifically for our time. And God is speaking to us right now through this verse. He says, "Be ye also patient, establish." In other words, establish your hearts. "For the coming of the Lord draweth nigh." In other words, it's drawing near. And I believe that the coming of the Lord is drawing near. And the thing of the matter is, it really doesn't matter because you could die at any point. But the scriptures were written specifically for right now. And it's time for you to decide. Are you with the Lord or are you not with the Lord? This verse we just read was written for right now.